All right. So with all that, now you want to get your marketing materials right. So when people get it in their hands, they know who you are. So make all that flow into your marketing materials, your brochures. We found more success with brochures than we did business cards. When you're talking to people about buying microgreens, you give them some information on a brochure, nice thick piece of paper. Don't use this a thin piece of paper they're going to lose. Nice thick piece of paper. So when people get that, they remember it. They can fill it when they go through. If they're going through like an expo or a garden show or something like that, they have a thick piece of paper. They're going to get that out of the package. They're going to get it out of the bag. They're going to fill that. They're going to look at it again. You have the colors right. Make sure it's colored. The words can be black and white, but your logo, the main information, make it color so they can see it and they don't look past it and just read all the black and white. So make it color. We have red words in there. So when it's the product, the red, and then the information about it's black and white, but the product, the main subject's in red. So it takes their eyes there. Brochures to me work much better than a business card because they get all the information. All your information is going to be on there: your name, your phone number, your website, and your products. Because they may be like itty bitty microfarm. What did they do? Oh, I don't remember, and go past you. But if they have the sheet, oh yeah, they're the Microgreens. Oh yeah, I tried them; they were really good. I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna check them out, even if they didn't buy from you that day. So having that in the hands and everything else at the farmers market, we give them away. Everywhere we go, expo shows, garden shows, whatever else, we give them away more than a business card. I find that to be more valuable. Business cards are valuable if you're dealing with a distributor, going to, somebody who's buying like a grocery store or something like that. Business cards can be valuable for stuff like that. But the general public, I find the brochures work so much better. Andy, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, and I think, like you said, it depends on the environment you're in. I mean, for example, this past weekend we went to a trade show in Maryland, and I brought an entire box of brand new business cards I just got from Vistaprint. I think it was 500 cards, and I came home with probably less than 100 of them. I could not believe how few cards I had left. By the end of that weekend, we handed out tons and tons and tons of cards, which was awesome. But the problem is when they look at it and they say, "Oh, Fresh Source Farms," what do they do? It
Yeah.
doesn't say on my business card I grow microgreens. It just has my contact info and everything on there. So the handout that supports it is, this little what do they call it? A rat card, I guess is the
Mm-hmm.
technical term for it. And it's just a little rat card. It's got all the information on there. And like Mike said, it's got, the fact that we're family owned, how we started, all the things that we do. It goes into heavy detail about what microgreens are. And then on the back, it's got all the contact info across the board, and some additional information on top of that. So that's what, if somebody was taking a card from the table, I wanted to make sure they left with one of those as well, as much as I possibly could. Some people just walk by and grab a card and keep going. But I mean, literally out of an entire stack, this is what I had left
Yeah.
at the end of that day. And this is it. I mean, there's like maybe 30 or 40 cards sitting here. That was it. So it was awesome for that particular thing. But when you're talking directly to a regular person, oftentimes the handout, especially something that's leading them down the road of, getting set up for a subscription or whatever, that's going to ultimately be the thing that they're going to look at. And like Mike was saying, printed on nice paper. Like they're from Vistaprint. It's called the Soft Touch. It's just
Mm-hmm.
got this really nice feel to it. So we always have all of our stuff that we have printed through them on that. But when I take a price sheet to a chef or a price sheet to a distributor or whoever, I'm printing it on photo paper, like photos paper on both sides, photo paper. It's really thick and it just prints super crisp. And literally, I use the same fonts from our logo. So anything that's going to be like a heading or a title is going to get that same font that the Fresh Source does in our logo. All the regular text is going to get the same font that the word farms in our logo gets. All the text that would be black is that really, really dark gray that we have on our logo, and it's an easy way to carry that branding yet again through everything. And all of our handouts are these really crazy popping colors. You've got that dark gray and with that super lime green, almost the lime green that's at the
Yeah.
bottom of the screen here.
Yeah.
And then that bright orange, it's got like a mildly burnt orange. But the goal is just, again, that constant branding. Everything looks the same. If they pick it up and they go, "Oh, these two things look identical, it must be the same company," and that's really the goal, is just to really make that point driven no matter where they go. They go to your website, they go to your Instagram, they go to your Facebook, they got a business card, they got your handouts, a menu, anything. They should be able to tell really quickly that everything is from the same business. And if it's really confusing, then they're going to get confused.
Yep.
You know what it is, but they may not make that correlation from one thing to the next. So make sure your branding is on point. If you really want to get big, it's important. I mean, Nike, those guys, they don't have a bunch of random weird branding things. I mean, all their text is the same, all their logos the same. Um, when I was doing website design, I walked into a hair salon that's local. They're a huge hair salon, very well known.